Hello, welcome to another Daily Digest video. I am Ross Merriam. Today I am playing with a sweet variant on the Arbor Elf Utopia Sprawl engine. This one is trying to resto Kiki people and does so with Bring to Light as its tutor of choice instead of Eldritch Evolution or Chord of Calling. A pretty neat variation. We've got a sweet toolbox, some value to get with resto with Wall of Omens, and a lot of other cool stuff. So hopefully our toolbox is irrelevant in whatever matchup we play. And we are off. This is a pretty solid opening hand with turn 2 Lingering Souls, most likely. I'm going to lead on the Arbor Elf, because if I draw Utopia Sprawl, I can play Souls and Birds. So probably going to get Temple Garden here with this first Misty. We do have the black mana already to flash this back. Opponent mulligans. If we don't draw Sprawl, then we can just go turn 2 Souls, turn 3 Flashback Souls, play Wall of Omens, and they have mulligan to 5. If our opponent's a fair deck, they're going to have a pretty hard time, I think, winning through Wall of Omens and Lingering Souls on 5 cards. Oh, but they're an unfair deck because they've started on Leyline of Sanctity, and you don't do that if you're playing fair. Fortunately, it's not a very good card against us, so they've effectively mulliganed to 4. But it also means our hand matches up pretty poorly against them. Hopefully we can find a resto here with some speed. And then resto will dig us to Bring to Light, and hopefully we just combo them on like turn 5-ish. That is my goal. My guess is our opponent is Ad Nauseam. Oh no, they're Bogles. Okay. Well, our blockers might do something then. I'm going to block as often as I possibly can. Fortunately, we're dealing ourselves a lot of damage here. Oh, God. Gotta remember to do this first. Maybe I'm supposed to Wall of Omens first? Like, Wall might just get a clean block here. Yeah, I'm actually going to lead with the Wall of Omens Bird. Next turn I can play in Flashback Souls after that anyway, but Wall here just cleanly blocks this scout in a lot of scenarios, especially if their hand is low. Jace is fine, I guess. But they're going to need land, Rancor, or something else, or land, Ethereal Armor, or something else to attack through this wall. And that is a tough ask on what will effectively be 4 cards. Let's see. What I don't want to see is Spirit Mantle. Or really Rancor. Rancor is also very good against Souls. I want to get into a spot where I can block. I don't mind. Honestly, don't even mind Ethereal Armor if just chumping away this wall. Just anything that lets me chump block a ton. Even if they gain a bunch of life, I'm going to win by comboing them. Ooh. Ooh, and now I have an Acidic Slime. Well, as I said, I don't much care about Ethereal Armor. So, what I'm actually going to do is play Jace. I have a blocker already for next turn. I don't need to have this untapped because I can untap it with the elf and make 2 blue. And I just want to start digging through my deck. If they play Spirit Mantle or anything like that, then I can blow that up with this slime. Rancor, unfortunately, I cannot, but, you know, c'est la vie. Let's get brainstorming. Not a very good set of cards. The Arbor Elf is definitely the worst. The Fertile Ground will go well with the Arbor Elf already in play. So, and I want fetch lands because they're good with Jace. So we'll leave a fetch on top. I would not be surprised to see a Daybreak Cornet here. They clearly don't have another 1-mana aura, or they would have cast it. So Daybreak Coronet seems likely. They would have. Dryad Arbor is also a card that could have been in their hand. Yes, there was the Daybreak Coronet. So now we get to chump with this wall, and Acidic Slime can actually just take out 2 things, which is still good. So it's going to buy me a ton of time. Yeah, let's just brainstorm again. Well, there's the half that I wasn't expecting. And now I can actually just keep that. Get rid of Arboreal Fertile Ground. So if I get Stomping Ground here, do I need it untapped? I don't think so. So 2 lands and Arbor Elf with the Sprawl makes 4 mana. Another land makes 5. I can have at most 2 left over, which is not good enough to hardcast Lingering Souls. So let's just leave 1 left over and have that be tapped. Save some life. So now why don't we Sprawl that one? I'll name red so I can cast Kiki-Jiki. I have all 5 colors of mana for Bring to Light. That can find Resto. Just want green mana. And we look to be in good shape. I will slime the Ethereal Armor. They're down to 1 card. They don't really have anything going here. The Coronet's going to fall off because it only enchants enchanted creatures. And I have a reasonable life total still. And I still have this Lingering Souls to generate blockers. Another land I'm very happy to see. Yeah, and then now they just have nothing. And let's brainstorm. Any Bring to Light, any Resto. Guess they might have a Path in their hand. Something to look out for. The Acidic Slime is also great. Being with Death Touch, they're going to need a way to give First Strike to get through it. Or Pro Creatures. Primal Command. So 2, 4, 5. And that's perfect. So let's get rid of Birds and Arbor Elf. So Primal Command will put the Tumble Garden back on top of their deck and tutor for a Restoration Angel. So search laboratory creature, put target on. Yeah, that looks like it. I guess I could actually, it might just be better to put the Layla in there. Yeah. And now we find a Restoration Angel. And I'll actually get to blow up this Dryad Arbor, which is kind of cool, and pass the turn. So unless the last card in their hand is Path to Exile, they will be dead next turn. And even if they are not dead, they're going to be in some trouble. I had to reveal this card to them, right? I assume so because it's a specific card you're looking for. Yeah. So they know I have Resto. They probably suspect Kiki with the red mana. Yeah. And Restoration Angel. If they only had 1 white source, I would go after that, but they have 3, so. Still have this Lingering Souls. My plan was to cast this Lingering Souls on turn 2, and I still haven't cast it. What am I even doing? Blow up your Dry Arbor. Oh man, they don't even want to see the Kiki-Jiki. Okay, that's fine. Choose a number, destroy all artifacts and creatures that seem to be equal to that number. Yeah, this card seems good. This card seems good. And this card seems good. And this card seems good. What cards seem no good? Hostage Shaker is no good. Primal Command does not seem particularly good. It seems very expensive for what it does. Panglacial Worm seems less than bueno. How good is Dragon Lord Ojutai? That one also doesn't seem very good. I'm pretty sure I'm winning these games by comboing them. I don't really see other ways. I mean, Ojutai is kind of cool, but I don't see myself having the time to cast it. I guess if I follow up a sweeper with it, that's pretty nice. And I do only have the one Kiki-Jiki. Maybe I'm supposed to cut a Jace. This card might also be a liability. Sure, let's try cutting a Jace. Ojutai is kind of like 4th Jace. It does something similar to what Jace does. Okay, well we have one of our super sideboard cards, so that's nice. We have an accelerant and we have some other stuff. So let's keep this. Opponent mulligan to 6. Just like Vogel's opponents are supposed to do. And they scry to the top. I imagine this will be a smoother game on their part. Turn 1 Vogel. Ooh, a little void action, you don't say. Well, let's get the green-black land, because I need black for Pulse and Void. Might draw Stomping Ground later, because I have 3 of them. And see if we need to Pulse anything on our next turn. I would love to see them play Core Spirit Dancer here. Let me get a clean Pulse. No, just the Spirit Mantle. Okay. So I'm going to have to... Oh, I guess that's an awkward one because of the Spirit Mantle. Thing is, I would love to just like wait and gust everything away, but I don't really think I have time for that. I think I just want to get the Spirit Mantle down. If they played almost any other aura, I would have just played Lingering Souls here. But let's do it that way. I'm taking a lot of damage here. That was one of the reasons I'm trying to be a little bit more liberal. I'm hoping that I can Lingering Souls next turn, get a 1 block in. Ugh, the Rancor is good. Okay, now I need to find a land. Ugh, another 5 mana card. Yeah, I've kept a 3-lander here, and I've just thrown all 5 drops. And they had 2 ways to get through this Lingering Souls. They're down to 2 cards, so if I can survive this turn and get... so like I'm at 8 here. If I can survive this turn, like a Daybreak Coronet only gives them 7. I'll chump block with 1 souls to prevent a damage, leave myself at 2, so I can still draw a fetch land. But then I'd be able to Fracturing Gust away all their things and hopefully just void away the creatures at that point. Yeah, this looks like Daybreak Cornet. So, yeah, let's chump block with 1 and go to 2. Oh, I guess I should chump block with both. No, I can't draw a shock land. Well, Wood Elves would have been good last turn, but it is not a land. Okay, I kept 3 land Arbor Elf Fracturing Gust and just didn't draw land 4. I think if we get to cast this, we're in really good shape. Even if we don't have red mana for this void, we have Bring to Light for something. They would still be able to Rancor, but they'd have to have yet another aura. Okay, well, on to game Trace. I don't think I'm going to be doing any sideboarding. Yeah, none of these cards do anything. Just hope to make another land drop here. 20 lands in the deck is a little low. For a deck with this many 5-drops, granted I've brought 2 in, but I've also cut a 5-drop and a 7-drop, so haven't really made too big of an effect on the curve. Yeah, none of these cards are good. I would consider Madcap Platinum Empyrean if I didn't think they had paths in, because I'm a creature deck. Okay, Slime is good against them. I have good mana, Wall to dig. I think this is a keep. Not a great hand, because I don't have any of the KO cards or Arresto for a combo piece, but and they keep 7 now. I am just going to get Temple Garden and name blue this Utopia Sprawl. Make sure my mana is set up. Okay, so next turn we will be able to. Wow, Fortified Village. That does not seem like a great one. But, you know, if you're on a budget. So how do I want to play this? White, blue. Yeah. So if I want to sprawl this naming green to be able to play Wall of Omens floating a green mana and play a mana creature if I draw it, which could be relevant, then I need to get black mana. I need to have shock myself to guarantee I still have 5 colors. Alternatively, I could just get basic forest here, save myself 2 life, and sprawl named black. Just play Wall of Omens floating a black or a blue. I think that's what I'm going to do. I think the life is more important than the potential of playing a mana creature. I'm going to have 5 mana next turn for Acidic Slime. I don't think 6 is going to be that relevant. In fact, I'm going to disguise it by not playing it first. So I should not have cracked that fetch. That was my plan. Because I have no use for other mana. Island's not the worst. It saves me some life and lets me cast Jace if I draw it. And let's name black. Yeah, just 2 Utopia Sprawls and a Temple Garden naming blue and black. My land makes 4 different colors of mana. And I'll hope to get a free block with this Acidic Slime. That's the plains we saw. Yeah, I like no rancor. But ethereal armor would also be an issue. Ooh, is this another spirit mantle? I'd love to 6-line spirit mantle. I'll gladly take the 2 to have that happen. Griff's Boon. I hate that. I hate it. Into ethereal armor. Well, that was close to worst case scenario. Because the boon comes back. Oh, and I have drawn all lands. So I have some options. I can hope my opponent is land light and destroy the boon and maybe do some blocking. If my opponent is land light, that means they have a bunch of good spells, so my blocking is probably bad. I have 2 chump blocks, essentially. I can destroy the ethereal armor and hope my opponent is kind of flooded and not able to put a lot of pressure on me. Or I can hope my opponent is really land light and blow up the fortified village and hope they just can't cast anything. That seems like the worst plan because I already have a 3-turn clock and I'm kind of far away. I think the potentially blocking plan is the best. It's good against a whole range of hands. I could have just a bunch of Umbras that don't do much, more ethereal armors. It's bad against Spirit Mantle, it's bad against Rancor. But and it's also just like bad against 2 lands. Maybe I get 1 chump block in and then they reattach the boon next turn, but you can't have it all. Okay, Spirit Dancer into another thing. Hyena Umbra. It's pretty good from them. We'll ensure that they keep drawing gas. Ooh, now they're diversifying. Very interesting. This means they can't attack. So I'm generally okay with that. And this thing doesn't have trample. So I think diversifying is kind of weak there. Imagine if I still had Hostage Taker, I could get this in play, start drawing cards off my Utopia Sprawls. What I would love to draw here is Restoration Angel. Either get a free block of something, or probably get a free block, and then I like blink Acidic Slime, blow up another aura. Or I could draw my millionth land of the game. You know, either way. I think I kept 4 lands, sprawl these 2. And we're drawing 3 lands in a sprawl. Well, play this tapped. And hope their last 3 cards are not very good. If they could be 3 more copies of Razorverge Thicket, I'd be pretty happy. This is, I'm going to need something good. Void would be pretty good. Void would be very good. That's probably the best one. I think it's better than Wrath because they have an Umbra on the Spirit Dancer and they're going to have plenty of gas, whereas Void could like take a lot of their hand. Oh, they have a path. Well, sure. That's not the worst. It doesn't really apply a lot of immediate pressure, which is what I'm hoping to avoid, and doesn't draw them a card. But I guess any aura now on the Spirit Dancer means that both creatures are too big for Wall of Omens. Another Ethereal Armor. Yeah, definitely want to draw a Void. They are... Wow, this is a Rancor? Am I just dead? That's going to be 13. Yeah, I'm actual just flat dead. This is 13. That one's 13 power. Scout's a 5/5. So my best block's on the 5/5. Otherwise, I'm taking 14, and I am at 12. Oh, and they did have a Rizward Thicket. Well, we draw lands, which is not ideal. But sometimes that happens. Got game 1, which was nice when they multiplied. That was nice of them. These Bogles decks just sneaking up on everybody. I don't think the matchup is actually that bad. We have a fair bit of interaction, a couple of really good sideboard cards. Like game 2, if I just draw a land in the first 4 draws of the game, I think I win that game because I get to cast Fracturing Gust, and from there have a lot of outs, or a lot of gas. I mean, and then in that game, I find a Restoration Angel to draw some spells. Maybe not. I mean, they had a pretty strong draw there. Because of course, Spirit Dancer draws are pretty impressive because they always just the gas just keeps coming. But it was also just a really fast draw on their part. Turn 1 Bogle, turn 2 double 1-drop Aura, turn 3 Spirit Dancer, another Aura, turn 4 triple 1-drop or Path double 1-drop Aura. So tap out every single turn with a bunch of relevant cards and play 8 spells on the first 4 turns of the game. That's just a hard draw to beat unless you have really targeted disruption for the matchup, and we did not. So hope you enjoyed me getting kind of destroyed on the 3rd game by Bogles, and you can come back and see me on Monday. Bye.